Hello, hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to the very first episode of this magical corner of the universe. I'm your host, Luna, our goddess, our gremlin, and a full-time overthinker with a heart made of honey and fire. This podcast was born from one too many mental breakdowns, some divine downloads, and the realization that surviving is not the same as living. We're not here to just push through. We're here to feel, to heal, to dance barefoot under the moonlight, and sometimes cry in the shower dramatically like we're in a music video. So if you ever say, I'm fine, with a twitch in your eye, this is your space. Today's episode is raw, real, and necessary. Survival mode isn't living. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, honeybees, now we get to slow all the way down to what I like to call the honey drop. Because sometimes the truth drips low, but it's sweet, and hopefully it sticks. Here's today's true bomb. Our bodies are living in a constant state of tension. Not because we're weak, but because we've been taught to rush through everything. Wake up, hustle, be productive, perform, repeat, rest. Oh, that's a luxury. Doing nothing? That's for the lazy. Does that sound familiar? It tends to be the little boys that whisper, you didn't do enough today. Even when your body is exhausted, it is guilt in disguise wrapping the illusion that productivity equals worth. Well, here's the thing. Your nervous system wasn't designed to live in a fight or flight 24/7. Survival mode is what we call the fight or flight response. It's a built-in system meant to help you escape immediate danger. It floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, increases your heart rate, shuts down digestion, and gets you ready to run or fight. The problem? Most of us are living like the danger never ends. The brain doesn't know the difference between a real physical threat and emotional stress. So when you're constantly worried, overworking, or emotionally overwhelmed, your body stays stuck in that high alert state, even if nothing dangerous is actually happening. Over time, that's where the damage kicks in. Chronic stress weakens your immune system, disrupts your hormones, hurts your sleep, affects memory, digestion, and even your heart. Your body needs time in what we call the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state. That's where healing happens. That's where you restore balance. And if you never feel safe enough to access that state, your system stays locked in overdrive. And you can't thrive there. So if you feel tired, foggy, disconnected, reactive, that's not a personal failure. It's your nervous system saying, hey, I need rest. I need repair. I need to stop surviving and start living. Our bodies are conditioned for a short-term danger, like a lion is chasing us. Not I have 47 unread emails and some abandonment ones. And think about it. When you're hungry, we feed ourselves. When we crave something sweet, we go out of our way to satisfy it. If I'm craving ice cream at 11 p.m., you best believe I'll throw on some sweatpants and risk social judgment in the frozen aisle like it's my divine mission. But when I'm tired and Instead of resting, I'll pack my day with 100 to do, like I'm auditioning for the Olympics of productivity, just so maybe tomorrow I can rest. And then, guess what? When the rest finally comes, I don't enjoy it. I feel guilty, like somehow rest has to be earned. But midnight ice cream, that gets a free pass. I mean, let's make it make sense. So, why don't we do the same for rest? Why is sleep something we earn instead of something we deserve? Your body whispers before it screams. And sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is pause. Not because you're broken, not because you're lazy, but because you're human. And humans need a space to breathe, to soften, to be. Alright, babes, is moon tea time. You know, the part of the episode where I serve you warm through with a side of what's up just happened. So let me take you back to Japan, where I went for my bestie's birthday and Loki for my own spiritual rebirth. Let's be honest. Now, here's the tea. I was not, and I repeat, not allowed to plan a single thing. Why? Because I apparently have the geographical sense of a lost pigeon. Let's just say, the last time I was in charge of an itinerary, we ended up climbing a mountain in 100 degrees weather on an island in Greece. In sandals. For no reason. Like, was I trying to ascend spiritually or physically? I don't know. So this time, I was benched. My friend planned everything. I just had to show up, be cute, and occasionally bow. It was the best thing that could happen to me. For once, I wasn't surviving. I wasn't navigating or fixing or planning or maybe saving the group from dying of dehydration. I was just being in peace, being in presence, being in the moment. And in that stillness, I started noticing things. Like, the sun actually feels good when you let it touch your skin instead of just rushing to the next thing. People's little mannerisms. The way a barista hangs the cup with care, not just customer service drama. It was like my nervous system finally unclenched its jaw. And here is where it hit me. We are so damn busy rushing through life, we forget to actually live it. We work, we help, we hustle, we achieve. But is it really for us? Or is it because we're trying to keep up with who everyone expects us to be? Like, who told us is being constantly exhausted was a personality trait? Who decided that doing nothing was lazy? I was doing nothing in Japan and I felt like a goddess. I took a walk just to walk. No guilt, no imaginary productivity points, no judgment, Apple Watch. Just vibes. So yeah, your girl got banned from planning and found inner peace. Maybe the universe was like, let me humble her with Greece and reward her with Tokyo. Well, it works. Balance. You know, we are taught to walk before we run, right? But life Life taught me when to walk, when to sprint like I'm late for lunch, and when to just sit the hell down and sip my tea. Because here's the tea, your body isn't a machine that you can just hack and upgrade every day. It's your home, your GPS, your personal bouncer telling you who to let in and when to call it quits. And when you're finally slowed down enough to listen, it whispers. And sometimes it yells. Girl, I don't want to survive your chaos. I want to live in my damn glory. So next time you feel like life is a marathon but you're running on in an empty stomach, ask yourself, are you sprinting to survive or walking to really live? Spoiler, your body already knows the answer. You just gotta stop ghosting it. So, my question for you is this: when was the last time you let yourself just be? Not productive, not useful, not impressive, just you, present, breathing, enough. Because if you're always running, you miss the magic. And maybe you're the magic. And that's it for today's tea loves. Stretch your back, unclench your jaw, and turn your everyday moments into magic. Not because it looks cute, but because you say so. We're flipping the script from I have to I get to. Because rest isn't earned, it's a right. Because surviving isn't living. So breathe, slow down, and maybe let someone else plan the trip for once. Stay soft, stay wild, and keep the honey flowing.